How are we doing, guys? And we're back again with the final player ratings of the season. Well, it's not actually the final player ratings of the season because we're going to do a seasonal player ratings as well. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. I'm joined by Scott, who probably couldn't look any more American, or he just couldn't look any more American than generically American if he tried. To be fair, how are you doing, mate?
Nope. I'm very good, very, very good. I'm still in shock from Sunday, Oscar. How's your hangover?
Just about recovering, mate. Just about recovering about 3 days after. Yeah, mate. Honestly, oh, dear me, emotional roller coaster. It was just. I still can't actually believe it happened. To be quite honest with you, I still actually can't believe we managed to stay up in those kind of circumstances. But we did, guys. Leeds are staying up, and this is your final player ratings of the season. Mike was going to join us tonight, but sadly he can't join us. So we decided we'll get his player ratings in first. We decided to ask him to send us some player ratings in. So let's just play that first. 1 second, guys. Let's play old Michael's player ratings, which I'm sure you'll probably agree with.
Hi guys, Mike from Leeds TV here. Player ratings for the game. I can't be here today because I'm working. Mellier 10, we're staying up. Koch 10, we're staying up. Cooper, oh hell, everybody gets a 10, we're staying up. And I told you so. Apart from Rodrigo, he can have a 5 because of his effort on the celebrations. Awful. We're staying up.
So, yeah, that's pretty fair, to be honest with you. I think everyone getting a 10. Scott, let's go into it. Let's get straight into this. Guys in the comments, get into this as well. We're going to start with Illan Mellier. What was your rating, Scott, for Illan Mellier?
I'd be honest with you, I haven't given too much thought yet, but
that's good, isn't it? It was coming on the live Leeds TV video. I'm not giving it too much thought, you know. I'm not anything generic.
Normally I kind of go, I tend to focus on how much to do something wrong. But on Sunday, Mellier didn't really.
What a great way to do it.
I know, but this past season, I've just become more pessimistic right up until Jesse March came along. But Mellier didn't really do anything wrong. He wasn't greatly tested too much. He made a couple of decent saves, but there was that consistent poor distribution that we've seen all season long. But again, I don't want to get nostalgia and the euphoric feeling of the fight those players shown on Sunday in the way of how they actually performed. But it will contribute. And for me, I'd be giving Mellier an 8. I think a lot of the players for me get an 8 on Sunday because of the fight they shown. There are some.
I agree. I went 8 as well. I had an 8 jotted down. I think the reason being was there wasn't any real outstanding saves from Mellier. But it was just solid, in terms of the pressure on the game. He was tested a couple of times, but it's just solid. He came for crosses, punched crosses, catched crosses. I thought his distribution was a lot better on Sunday, to be totally honest. I don't think there was much wrong in that kind of regard. I thought it was one of Illan Mellier's best games, probably since kind of the second part of the season. So I'd probably say an 8. He turned up for us just at the right time. Couldn't do anything about the goal for me at all. So I'm going to go an 8. I think we're pretty settled on that. Mr. Wilson, I think we'll give Illan Mellier an 8.
And we're not doing these 0.5s or anything.
No, none of that rubbish. Okay. None of that rubbish.
Phil, get in the bin.
In the bin, Miles. In the bin. 8 for me. So let's go on to the right back, or the unorthodox right back. That is Mr. Robin Koch. Now, Scott, I've seen a couple of comments about the goal in terms of Robin Koch has caught the wrong side of 𝐃𝐎𝐿. But for me, if you actually watch the goal back, I'm not putting that on Robin Koch. I'm putting that on. I don't know where Llorente and 𝐃𝐎𝐿 were on the goal. I don't really care now, but where Llorente and 𝐃𝐎𝐿 were on the goal, I don't know. Not even in the box, kind of thing. Tony's just kind of stood there. 𝐃𝐿𝐿 has kind of stood there. So it's a 2-on-1 situation. Koch's got to go to one of them. He kind of gets caught in between the two. Ball goes in behind him, and 𝐃𝐿𝐿's superb header off 𝐃𝐿𝐿 as well. I don't put that one on Koch at all, and I thought his general performance was really good. So I've gone Robin Koch an 8 for Robin Koch.
I'm the same. with Koch, I'll be honest, I was edging towards a 9. If he
Ooh.
wasn't, that's it. I said it in the chat. See, from Robin Koch has been playing right back. He has took over my adoration for first choice right back from Jamie Shackleton. Robin Koch has played right back in our last 2 games, and he's been outstanding. For me, it's the best I've seen Robin Koch play for us in the last 2 games. Whether that was the fight and passion to keep us up showing, or whether he just slotted right in there and it just worked. But for me, it just worked with Robin Koch in there at right back. The only reason I didn't give him a 9 was obviously he was involved in the conceding of the goal. But as you said, it wasn't down to him. I would see a lot of people blaming him, but it's not. For me, it actually comes down to poor communication between Cooper, Koch, and Llorente. As you said, Cooper and Llorente were kind of standing in no man's land, deciding which one of us are going to keep an eye on Ivan Toney. But someone needed to go to 𝐃𝐎𝐿, and it was just one of those. It was a typical Leeds thing. It was a wee silly mistake, and we suffered for it. And it couldn't have been anyone else to make us pay than that wee ratbag 𝐃𝐎𝐿. You're on mute.
He gets himself sent off, so it all ends good. It all ends well. He gets himself sent off, so yeah. I'm not too fussed about that. So we'll agree on an 8 for Robin Koch. I think that kind of seems to be the general consensus is an 8 for Robin Koch. So, yeah. Okay. Let's move on.
I see a few 9s there, and Robbie's saying he's 10 times better than Shackleton, and I have to begrudgingly agree. I honestly think those last 2 games, Koch's been our best right back all season.
Is his best position right back?
He was our best right back, and that's his best position. But
is Robin Koch the best right back at the club? That might be my hot take from this video. Is he? Is he or not?
Well, Tony Drama's back. Let's see how he fares in pre-season.
Well, Robin Koch was caught. Yeah, this is exactly how I saw it. Goes in white. Robin Koch was caught between 2 players. He needed help in the middle. Played well at right back. Exactly that. Okay.
He was caught between a cock and a hard place.
I'll take that as well. I will take that as well from Mr. Derek Hawkins. This is actually from the Leeds United Club shop. This
is that one of the ones with a flag on it?
What?
Does that have a flag on it as well? You know the way that you get the hats? No, there's no flag on it.
No, I don't have a flag on it. What do you mean a flag? Like sticking out?
No, not like that. But you can get the baseball caps with like your country's flag on the back and the Leeds badge at the front. My brother's got one.
Okay, sorry, I've got you now. Got you. Right, sorry. That is my fault. That, but no, it doesn't have that. It doesn't have that. I thought you had like a flag out the back of it like that. Right, so we're moving on to the centre backs. Diego Llorente alongside Liam Cooper. I'm going to give a 7. I'm going to knock a point off for the goal. I thought on set pieces, he was absolutely rock solid. Llorente getting his head onto the ball every single time. Brentford had an attacking set piece, which was key. We know how good Brentford are on set pieces, the height they've got in that team. I thought he was just commanding Diego Llorente, but ultimately, yeah, then there was that moment in the first 30 seconds.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, that wasn't great either. But look, I thought it was one of Llorente's better performances this season and was similar. Again, it's got a moment in it like the Brighton one that's kind of cost us a goal, but I'll give him a 7. I thought he was decent on Sunday. I'll give him a 7.
I'd be the same. I'd be the same. I'm just going to be copying you the whole way. But that was my thinking, was again, poor communication for that goal. And then that opening part of the match, you know, had they scored, that match is completely different. Heads are dropped within the first minute. We don't see the fight we have seen. And that was down to a silly error from Llorente. But throughout the match, I thought he played well. I thought he handled himself well. I almost forgot at times Ivan Toney was playing because Llorente done that well, keeping him at bay. And again, I think I attribute a lot of Llorente's good performances down to the fact that
This is true. Listen, guys, I'm gonna level with you now. I was that pissed on Sunday. I didn't realise Sergio Canos had been sent off. I was that pissed on Sunday. I didn't realise in the ground he'd been sent off. I thought Burnley had made it 2-2. Someone next to me told me Burnley had made it 2-2. So I thought the Harrison goal was an Aguero moment. I didn't even realise we didn't need the Harrison goal. Misinformation, drink. So I probably am not the most qualified, but I'll give you Ente credit today. Ente credit, but yeah, I didn't realise Canos had been sent off.
I was the same, because I was sitting there and I was looking at the other screen and Burnley missed that absolute. It was like an open net essentially. And the next thing I looked at the screen and it was actually my son's friend goes, that guy with the blonde hair got sent off. I start screaming at the TV and cheering.
The most low-key sending off I think I've ever seen, to be fair.
Yeah.
It was just a bizarre one to explain because the whole ground, Brentford's going up because Burnley have scored. I'm thinking, is that for 2-2 or 2-1?
Yeah.
I'm thinking, what's going on here kind of thing. And all that madness, you can even hear it on Match of the Day. You can hear Brentford fans singing Leeds are falling apart again. That's just after the whole ground goes up. So you can't actually work out that Canos has been sent off. Not many Leeds fans around me had worked out that Canos had been sent off, so we'll take that. Yeah. I wasn't that bad, but let's move on. We agree on the 7 for Llorente. That seems to be the general consensus.
Actually,
6 and 7s.
As I was saying before I stopped, I was actually just going to say I actually think Llorente has played better this season when he's playing with Cooper.
Yeah. Is that a case for everyone? I'd probably argue it's the case for everyone at this moment in time.
Cooper does bring the best out in them all. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case for him on Sunday for me. I thought that was we'll go to you go.
Let's go on to Liam Cooper. Because there were some dodgy moments with Liam Cooper, I'm not going to lie. There was a moment where he just completely overran the ball early doors, and I did think Liam Cooper would give me a heart attack. I was in pain, kind of thing. I did think he went to Coops would give me a heart attack at that point, but other than that, though, I thought it was okay. Coops, I thought it was a fine performance. I'll give him a 7. He was nervous at times, but I thought he recovered well. Led the line well second half. Yeah, I'm going to go 7 for Coops. What are you saying, mate?
There was times, for anyone that watched the watch along with me, you heard me cursing Cooper out a couple of times. I was getting post-traumatic stress. I was getting flashbacks to the Derby playoff semi-final with him and 𝐃𝐄 bumping into each other. And there was a couple of times in that game I was holding my breath thinking, oh God, please don't do it. There was once, if I remember rightly, early on in the match where him and Mellier very nearly did bump uglies. But I think as the game went on, he grew into it. For me, from he's come back from injury, that was his worst game. For me.
Yeah,
I give him a 6 still. His leadership, again, this is why I've said a few times, I think you maybe agreed with me once, maybe just once. Liam Cooper is not the best centre-back in this club. He's not the best centre-back in the league, not even close. But I tell you what he does, bring leadership that we do not have anywhere else on that pitch. And for me, that's what makes him indispensable. It really does. You see him calling the line, even whenever he has made a cock-up, we still need him there because he's that level head. Even when he's the one that dives in, he's still calling the shots and leading that back line. And that, I think we need more of that from some of our other players. For me, I'll give him a 6.
Yeah, I totally agree, mate. There's a lot of 6s to be fair in the chat. Let's go. I'll negotiate it down to a 6. We're not doing 0.5, so I'll negotiate down to a 6. Okay, let's move on to Junior Firpo. Again, Firpo a couple of times in Brian Mbeumo, I've been able to nutmeg him. But to be honest, I think it was one of Firpo's best games for us this season. He got forward well, supported Harrison, some intelligent bits of movement. I'm going 7 for Firpo. Actually, I'm not saying I think he should be our starting left back next season or anything like that. I'm just saying I think he played well on Sunday. I think he played well against Brighton as well. It's just a new Junior Firpo.
Yeah.
Let's wait and see. I'm going to go 7.
I give Firpo an 8.
Wow.
And I
Wow.
have been constantly saying Firpo's rubbish. Why did we sign him? That was Firpo for me. That was his single best performance this season. And it wasn't just for he had good passes. Yes, there was a couple, and I think every player had a few misplaced passes. He had good vision. He was getting into good spaces. He had great link up with Harrison. He even has the balls to take a shot. And I said on the watch along, he is reminding me of how 𝐼𝐻𝐻𝐾𝐄 was in his first season for us. 𝐼𝐻𝐻𝐾𝐄's first season for us, we all didn't. He was crap, but didn't want him. And then suddenly the next season, great again.
What, under Thomas Christensen?
Yeah. Maybe that was just me. I thought 𝐼𝐻𝐻𝐾𝐄 was crap for ages. I think it's because he started
left back. He was kind of like playing on the wing at that point.
Yeah.
I know what you're kind of saying, yeah.
Yeah. But again,
there's been loads of examples. Harrison in his first season was probably poor, to be totally honest with you, and then there was always the potential there. But I see what you're saying. I see. I said this last season.
About the first season syndrome with Leeds players, that embedding period. Bamford's first season, we all called him backdoor Bamford because he couldn't hit a barn door. Sorry, barn door Bamford because he couldn't hit a barn door. He was off his first
backdoor Bamford then.
Yeah.
What was backdoor Bamford?
I don't know. I meant to say barn door Bamford.
Backdoor Bamford.
Backdoor Bamford's wee Jimmy down the street there. He hit backdoors. But like his first season for us wasn't good, and it happens with a lot of players. You mentioned Harrison. Whenever Bielsa first came in and was sold Ronnie Vieira, everyone was saying we should have kept him and sold Kalvin. And I just think there's an embedding in period with some players, and it just takes some longer to get used to it. The advantage is now Jesse Marsh is going to finally get to implement his tactics finally. So they all have an embedding in period. They all have to relearn this. I think on Sunday, Firpo was a player I could get behind, and I give him an 8.
Okay. No, it's good to see. It's good to hear. It's nice for Firpo that he's finishing the season well. I thought he came on against Chelsea. It was a surprising sub. He did okay. I think he's genuinely had a decent finish to the season. Last sort of 5 or 6 games, he's not done anything wrong for me. So, it's good to see. Hopefully he kicks on now. We'll have a full pre-season at Leeds, getting used to Marsh's system. Let's see how it goes. But I'm sure probably most Leeds fans will want us to target a left-back as backup or to provide competition, because we need senior left backs, don't we? Obviously, we need more than one option for me, especially if Stuart Dallas been out for such a long time. I'm sure you will agree with that, Scott. So I'm happy to go up to an 8. I think a lot of comments are coming in saying 7s, 8s. Yeah, let's bump Firpo up to an 8. Let's bump him up to an 8. Go.
I'm a better salesman than I give myself credit for here.
There you go. Let's move on to the midfield then. Let's go on to Kalvin first. I thought Kalvin was mercurial. To be honest, I'm going to go mercurial on Sunday.
That's a sexy word.
He was a
sexy word. I like that.
Job, a sexy word for a sexy player, which is exactly what Kalvin Phillips is, by the way. I'll tell you what, the job he did on 𝐃𝐎𝐿vin was critical, absolutely critical. And you need Kalvin, who probably by his standards, since he's come back into the team under Jesse Marsh, hasn't really played well. Let's be totally honest. Let's have that right. But when you need your big players to step up, he stepped up exactly when you need your big players to step up, and he did a great job on Eriksen. Crucial to us early doors. I was saying all the way down on the train, you need to get aggressive with Eriksen early doors. Let him know you're there, kind of thing. Don't go overboard and put in stupid tackles. Kalvin, controlled aggression. I just thought was absolutely outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. And to be honest with you, I'm going to go a 10.
Right.
I'm going to go. I think the ratings are going to be naturally higher today. But in terms of how many attacks he stifled, there was a couple of wayward passes in that lot. I thought it was absolutely outstanding in terms of massive game. who knows what the future is on Kalvin in terms of in the summer. Genuinely going to go with 10. I thought it was absolutely outstanding on Sunday. It's one of his best games in a league shirt for me in terms of the moment, the importance of the game, the quality of player he was up against directly in terms of Christian Eriksen. Genuinely going to go maybe a 9, I don't know, 9, 10. No, I'll stick with 10. I'll stick with 10. I thought it was absolutely outstanding. He's not the only player that's going to get a 10 on this.
All right. Well, we might give everybody a 10 in fairness. So I think it was Mike, someone, or Matt or something, put in the comments. It's been his best game since he's come back from injury. And it was 100%. The Kalvin Phillips we've seen in that last home game of the season against Brighton was very different to the Kalvin Phillips we've seen away to Brentford. It was two totally different performances. I felt there was two totally different efforts and fight from them. For Brighton, against Brighton, I would have given Kalvin, and honestly, I'd have given him a 7 at the very, very most. I just didn't feel against Brighton he gave enough, but then against Brentford, he literally gave everything. Can one of the mods jump on that? I don't know how they keep getting there. What's with the porn on the channel suddenly?
Well, okay, we're going to take that.
There's mods
easier in time out.
But I think that the effort that he put in, as you said, he stopped Christian Eriksen from anything really, and that's a top player, Eriksen. You know, regardless of whatever happened to him and stuff, you know, he is a top player, and he's difficult. A lot of more seasoned top flight players have struggled to handle him the way Kalvin did. That being said, again, I think I would give Kalvin an 8, if I'm honest.
Okay. Well, let's negotiate to a 9 then. Let's negotiate to a 9. There's some really. I mean, listen, guys. We just stayed in the Premier League. I'm going to throw the odd 10 out there. I'm going to throw. Listen, in normal games, I probably wouldn't have given you a 10, but there's a fact we stayed in the Premier League. We can have a bit of emotion in that, can't we? Yes, apologies for some of these accounts in the chat. They will disappear, I reckon, in about 10 minutes. I apologise for them. They will disappear in about 10 minutes or so.
It's been a non-stop problem for the watch-alongs all season long. I just attract these spammer porn people on this. Like, I don't know. If any of our mods are on there, we know there's a couple about. Please do get them deleted and blocked and report them, please.
Okay, we'll negotiate for a 9 on Kalvin. We will negotiate for a 9 on Kalvin.
Go for a 9. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to go on a 9 so people can stop moaning at me. Oh, you're getting too emotional. 9 for Kalvin. That's fine. Are we going to settle for a 9? I'm sure we are in the chat.
Yeah.
Is there much difference between a 9 or a 10? No, but anyway, I will give myself the easy life. I'll go for a 9 on Kalvin Phillips. Okay. Because despite saying 10, he wasn't actually my man of the match for this game, as people who watched my post-match will know. Listen, Russ has got the vision. You know, let's give him all a 10. But then we wouldn't have a video if we all just gave him all a 10. Let's go on to Sam Greenwood. So a couple of ratings coming in here for Sammy Greenwood. I'm going to go an 8 because he was playing out of position. I thought he did really well. I thought he acquitted himself really, really well in the game. He didn't look out of place at all. Pass selection good, got on the ball, tenacious off it, created. 8 for me on Sam. What are you saying, Scott?
9.
9?
See, the only thing that stopped me from giving him a 10 was he couldn't get a goal or an assist. That's it. I thought for him being, as you said, he was out of position. That was his first start. Imagine being, what is he, 19?
Yeah.
Imagine your first start for a Premier League club being their last match of the season that they pretty much needed to win, and you give an account of yourself like that. Sam Greenwood, in my opinion, has laid a claim for a starting position next year. I honestly, the way he played, the way he composed himself, and in not just that, even the way he composed himself on an interview with Talk Sport the other night. I'm so proud that we have a player like that is young, that is level-headed, and knows what it means already to be Leeds. He wants us to succeed. He wants us to do well, and that cannot be trained, taught, or anything. You either just get it or you don't. And Sam Greenwood just gets it. And for me, do you know what? Screw it. I'm giving him a 10. I'm giving him a 10. Screw it. I don't even care. I'm actually so proud of Sam Greenwood for doing what I think a lot of us hoped he could do. But again, no, screw it. I'm sticking with my 9 because again, he didn't score or get an assist. So I'll stick with the 9. We'll go with that.
Well, what we're saying there, there's a mixture between 8s and 9s. What we're saying?
I think we'll stick with a 9.
Let's round up. We're going to give Sammy Greenwood a 9. Let's round up. At the end of the day, we're not being miserable on this one. We're going up. We're going to give Sammy Greenwood a 9 out of 10. We're going to give all the ratings are going up. They're all going up when we can.
They'll go up.
Marshall's Greenwood.
We're not going down.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. Marshall's Greenwood as well, and I do. Exactly. And there he is. Scotty wanted to get that in since
I've been busting.
He's been busting to do that.
That's my new tattoo.
I do love that. I do actually love that, to be fair. Unreal bit of photoshopping there. It is some real bit of photoshopping. James, never thought Greenwood would be good enough, but I've been proven wrong. Absolute fair play, mate. Top man is, by the way, James. Hope you're doing well, mate. Let's have a look at other comments coming in. Jesse is the only one to get a 10. He kept us up and did it at a pace that would have had us mid-table. Absolutely fair enough. But I was going to do a rating on Green. Again.
Every time someone gives Jesse a 10,
I was going to do a rating on Jesse. Don't worry. I was going to do a rating on Jesse, and it wasn't going to be that far off that, to be fair. I love Greenwood, but it was a 7 at best. He shows his youth from time to time. Not sure on that one. Not in this game. Maybe in other games, yes, but in this game, I think that's quite harsh. To be honest with you, Ray, but fair enough. I'm not sure I'd go quite as far as Scott in terms of saying Greenwood's got a starting place next season, but we'll wait and see.
He staked the claim. He's made himself noticed now. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. Let's have a look. Yeah, that really will help Greenwood, that Jesse has such good faith in him. Gail Dale, I'm giving Oscar and Scotty 10. We'll take that all day long.
Before the watershed, I can't say anything else.
Yeah, before the watershed, Scott. Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it.
Watershed, have to behave myself. I'm on the water. I'm on the water.
Certain players flourish under certain managers, definitely. Well, I'm not sure what that is about, Jimmy. Let's not.
He's got an agenda. Jimmy's got an agenda.
That surely cannot be a 4 out of 10 for Jesse Marsh. But anyway, let's move on. Let's move on to Raphinha, because Raphinha is the man who is also getting a 10 out of 10 out of me. And I will stand by that 10 out of 10 because he was absolute perfection on Sunday. He could have had a hat-trick on a different day. Some of the stuff he was doing with the ball was absolutely crazy. He was a one-man army at times for Leeds United, and he kept us in the league. Absolute balls of steel for the penalty, by the way. Cojones, whatever you want to call it. Unbelievable penalty. Just some of the stuff he was doing with the football. He just... Wow. Just wow. That is Raph. Probably one of Raf's best games of the season. I think he's up there with his West Ham game for me. I am going a solid 10 out of 10. Well, is it more than a solid 10 out of 10? I'm going a full-on 10 out of 10 for Raphinha. I will not hear any different. Scott, why did you also go 10 out of 10 for Raphinha?
I didn't.
Oh, come on, man. Why?
I went 11 out of 10.
Hey! I was genuinely getting a bit annoyed there when you said I didn't give it. But
do you know what? If Raphinha is to go, could you have asked for a better way for him to go? He put in the performance of a lifetime. Was seeing how much it meant for him to contribute to keeping us up. You know, and whilst other fans are invading pitches. Our players are invading the fans, and I can't fault him. I can't fault him. He's one of those players that you only get one of those players every so often, and I can't fault him. And it was only weeks ago I was going, hurry up and sell him. He doesn't want to be here. And again, that's the thing with opinions in football, isn't it? They're fluid. They change all the time. And that's why people say football fans are fickle. Opinions change. For me on Sunday, I genuinely cannot fault a single thing Raphinha done. Not a single thing.
Massive shout out to David Lofthouse there. It was brilliant to meet you. I think we were outside the club shop when I saw you at the Chelsea game, mate. Absolute top man. Top man. Whilst I was on duty for Leeds United. Scott, what are you doing? Scott,
I'm trying to block them. They're blocking.
Don't tap on them to show them on the screen. What are you doing?
It moved.
Of course it moved. Of course it moved.
We need more mods.
It's demonetise you. But yeah, brilliant to see you, David. Couple more comments on Raf coming in. Scott, are you like blocking loads of people as well? All I keep seeing there is like people are being blocked, and it's not even like the spam accounts.
No, someone called me an orange bigot. I'm like, no, you're a bigot, sir. Get off the channel. See you later.
Okay, fair enough.
Won't start. I know a lot of the English ones won't understand, but if you are from Northern Ireland, I'm not going to put up with sectarianism. Fuck off if that's the case.
Yeah, no.
Let's get back to business, mucker.
I genuinely didn't realise it was because of that. Sorry, mate. I didn't genuinely. Just saw like loads of people being blocked, and who's blocking these people? But anyway, enough. Scott's Google history keeps popping up. oh, dear me.
Ross Angus Star Fox.
So we're going to go 10. We agree on the 10 for Raphinha.
Yeah, we'll go with a 10 for Raphinha.
Yeah, 10 for Raphinha. For me, I'm also going to say, I said lots of different people player of the season, but Raphinha is the player of the season for me. That is what I'm going to say. That's what I'm going to stand by. It's the reason we're still in this league. Raphinha, player of the season. So let's move on to Rodrigo Moreno. I'll be honest, Rodrigo didn't have a good game. Could have scored. I'll go 6 for Rodrigo, which is quite a quiet kind of game for Rodrigo. A couple of moments where I thought he gave the ball in cheap areas. I'll go a 6 for Rodrigo. Scott?
I think that's awfully kind.
Okay.
That's awfully kind. D, thank you for that. Appreciate that there. For me, Rodrigo, my opinion on Rodrigo has changed more times than I have changed my underwear this season. 1 minute I'm calling him Rodrigo for months and he's a waste of money. Then the next thing it's, oh my God, that's the player we thought we were signing. And then the last 2 games against Brighton, he just for me wasn't putting that effort in. Then he's barking orders at other players and you're going, why are you giving off? You messed up. And then for me, there was no effort at all from him on Sunday. And then the bog off down the tunnel, while all the players and the coaching staff, everyone is still out celebrating.
Well, that didn't happen.
He had to be dragged back out.
Well, I definitely, I can tell you, Scott, as pissed as I was, Rodrigo was there. It basically boxed.
They brought him back out. He was only wearing his frigging trunks. He was already in getting changed, and he was brought back out.
He was in his boxers in front of us. He was definitely celebrating, mate. I can assure you of that.
I know he was, but that's what I'm saying. At the final whistle, he just went, and then he was all of a sudden he's back out in his knickers. That's it.
What? So you marking him down because of that?
No, I'm marking him down because of his performance. I'm saying I don't like him because of that.
That is just a anyway. That is bizarre, mate. I'm not gonna lie.
But I'd give him a 5. But because we're marking people up and we're being happy that we survived, I'll go with you on your 6.
Okay, there's a lot of 6s. There's a lot of 6s for Rodrigo, so we'll give him a 6. Okay, so let's just get through a few more of these. Yeah, there's a few disagreements there, but okay. Right, let's go on. Let's go to Jack Harrison. Jack Harrison 9. 9 out of 10 for Jack Harrison. Yeah, 9 out of 10. Gets a winning goal. What more do we kind of need to say? Defensive work rate superb. Gave us that energy on that left-hand side. When everyone else looked knackered on the feet, Jack Harrison was giving us that little burst of energy, speed, pace, awareness, physicality, and technical quality. It's a 9 from Harry Donner for me. 9 out of 10. He produces the critical moment. He scored our first goal in the Premier League. He scored our last goal of this season. 9 out of 10 for Jack Harrison. What are we saying, Scott?
I'll agree with you. I'll go with a 9 on that.
I feel like you weren't going to go for a 9 at first.
I wasn't.
What were you going to go for?
I read until he scored that goal. I think the whole match for me was about a 7.
Yeah, but he scored that goal. This is the thing.
That's it. He scored that goal.
Logic behind these ratings. This is just emotional, just emotional heart over head stuff.
And that's it. No, as you said, he produced when we needed to, and then that nostalgic scoring the first goal of the season in the Premier League to the last one in this season in the Premier League. It's massive. It was massive, and it was a brilliant goal as well. Like, it wasn't just he worked it in the box, he knocked it in.
Still,
it was fantastic.
Those crucial moments.
Yeah, he got himself in the good positions. But again, my gripe with Harrison all season long has been his indecisiveness. It's evident. I think he knows what he's capable of doing, but unfortunately, other players know what he's capable of doing. So whenever he is trying to take on someone, there's another 2 coming in because they know if they can get him secluded, that ball's not going anywhere. If he can get away from them players, we've seen it when he does get through that wall of players surrounding him, he delivers. He delivers every time. If he can get where he needs to go, where he wants to go, it's like a one-track mind. He sees where he wants to go and what he wants to do, and he'll keep going until he does it. And when he does it, it works. And I love that about him. And I certainly can't fault his effort. He's worked his ass off every time he's on that pitch. Even when he's been poor, he has worked his ass off, and you have to give him credit for it.
No, exactly that. He brought tears to my eyes. I'm not going to lie. I thought it was an Aguero moment. As it turned out, we didn't need that goal, but nonetheless, it's probably the most. Yeah, I probably could say it's one of the most memorable goals I've ever seen live, and one that will never leave me. To be fair, for that alone, he's getting a 9. He's getting a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Jack Harrison for making Rodrigo
scream. He deserves it.
I'm going to go 9. I'm going to go 9. I think Raf will get the highest rating for a good reason. I'm going for a 9 for Jack Harrison. Let's move on to Joffy. Joffy, I thought, again, great showing. Came off with what looked like a knock, to be honest with you. It did look like a knock. He didn't seem to be moving very well the 5 minutes before he came off. But again, takes his goal really well. He's unlucky of that offside. It's his shoulder leaning. He's not even stood offside. His leaning shoulder. Is that offside? For me, in the normal game, it's not. But in the letter of the law, it's offside. So fair enough. Great finish nonetheless. 8 for me on Joffy Gelhardt. And the song alone as well. I'm not going to sing it because I can't sing. But what a song. What a song. Scott, Joffy Gelhardt.
I'd be giving Joffy a 9.
Okay.
Many players has age.
I'll raise up to a 9 then. I'm absolutely sound doing that. The silky scouser.
See many players his age. You get a goal that early on and it's disallowed. You lose your head. You either get downhearted that you worked your ass off and scored a great goal and it's been disallowed for nothing. Really? And again, that's something I've heard on TalkSport, Sky Sports, BBC, all saying that this offside rule and the use of VAR with offside needs addressed. Again, he was ruled offside with his shoulder. He can't get a sporting advantage with his shoulder, his arm, his hand. He didn't score with his head. See, if he scored with his head, but his shoulder was offside, I'd accept that. He scored with his foot. His shoulder was what was deemed offside. The goal should stand in common sense land. But unfortunately, that doesn't apply to the pricks that run the Premier League. But But for me, like, I thought Joffrey again gave a great account of himself. You know, he's what, 5'10" or something, stocky as anything, and he's just getting stuck in. He doesn't care about the size of them players. He's just Avery! Oh shit. Avery, let go, honey. Oh crap. Where'd my phone go? Kids. Abe's daddy will be done soon. I feel awful because she's away crying.
Oh man! As you were saying, Scott. As you were saying, mate.
What was I saying?
I don't even know.
I don't even.
I just saw like a black screen. It was like, what the hell's going on there?
Sorry, but
I give Scott 10 for the dive. We'll take that. Are you all right, Scott?
Yeah, I've got a strap that keeps the shed door closed, and it's attached to my stand.
Oh, that's a great idea, that, mate.
Yeah, and then she just pulled the door and everything went flat. Avery, I love you. Oh.
Right, okay.
Yeah, Joffrey, man, he didn't lose his head.
That was class, actually, there.
Oh, it's always fucking me, isn't it? There's always something with me.
It's just, did you realise you were still here in that lot?
There we go. We'll just go back to McLean mode. I'm in clown mode.
Right then. Okay. So we're agreeing for 9 on Choppy. 9 on Choppy. Right. Substitutions. Try and remember now. Pascal came on. I thought it was decent. I'm going to go with 7 out of 10 for Pascal. Yeah. Maybe on the goal he could do better. He was turned quite easily, quite deep in Brentford's half. Maybe overcommitted a little bit, but 7 for me. I thought he was decent for Pascal, all in all, when he came on. We've seen to go up to a 5 at the back at first.
I'll agree. I'll agree with a 7 there.
Okay.
Originally, I thought it was a weird sub. I sort of thought, well, I guess this is a match we had to win. Why are you taking an attacker off and bringing on a defender? But it worked.
I just saw a comment before as well that Jack Harrison's been named in the EA Sports Team of the Week as well. Very impressive stuff off Jack. But my question is, why is Raphinha not in there? Dear me, EA Sports, sort it out. It is outrageous.
He'll be in at loads when he goes to Barcelona. He'll be in at loads when he's in Barcelona. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
In January, I don't think he's going to go yet, but well, I'm sure we'll have plenty of photos.
Anyway. Right, okay. Liam Cooper ratings are coming in. We've done Liam Cooper. I think we gave him, what did we give Liam Cooper, a 7? Yeah, we did. We gave
him a 7. No, we gave him a 6.
No, we didn't give him a 6.
I gave him a 6.
Well, I gave him a 7.
All right, then. Well, then I'll compromise and go to a 7.
Okay, so Pascal gets a 7. Who else came on? Click. To be fair, Click actually last 10 minutes, big impact. Went close twice to scoring. I thought we started to control the game better. Had Brentford pinned in, albeit Brentford were down to 10 and then down to 9 men. Yeah. I'll give Click an 8. I thought he did show a lot of intent. I thought a performance, the energy just upped another level when Click came on. So I'll go an 8 out of 10 for Click. And then the breakdancing as well. It's a solid 8. Yeah. It's a solid 8. It's not even just an 8. It's a solid 8. I'm going an 8 for Click. Yeah. What are you saying, mate?
I'll agree. I would have went the 9 if he had threw down a bit of cardboard to do the breakdancing. I would have given him a 9 for that. You know, old school, in the alley, rip up a box and start. Did you ever do that? Shit, you're too young for that.
This is literally straight over the end. What are you on about?
Run DMC. Yep.
No. Could someone help me here? What's he going on about?
This is water. Yeah, I thought Click gave a good account of himself. He bolstered the midfield in a time when we needed to keep our heads and focus. So I thought he done well when he came on.
Okay, a lot of eights,
Yeah.
sevens. Yeah, let's give him Parag. Thanks very much for your news on Jack Harrison, by the way. From your earlier message, thanks for that, mate. Greenwood's rating, we gave him a 9, Jake. Lots of sevens. Mark's gone 7, Parag's gone 8, Madman's gone 8, Gail's gone 7. Madman is in the comments, not Mr. Scott over there. We get a little dig in there. Zandra Lepole, 11 for his shithousery. Yeah, we can definitely go with that. Millennials haven't lived, which is quite fair off John Knox. Electric Boogaloo.
The electric Boogaloo. Ooh.
Lots of advice coming here from Oscar. I got his shorts, so a 10 out of 10 from Jake. Absolutely fair play, mate. It may well be Click's last season at Leeds. It could be a lot of people's last seasons at Leeds. Yeah. Who knows? But what a way to bow out for Leeds United. Top performance, top servant for the club. I'd personally keep Click for at least another season. I think certainly his depth. I don't think we should be getting rid of players, but we need to add depth now. Personally, that's my view anyway. But possibly his last appearance for us. I like this comment from Russ. Probably Click's last appearance, so a 10 for all his services to us. Yeah. Absolute club legend, no doubt about that. So we agree on an 8. Scott, we agree on an 8 for Click.
Yeah.
We'll agree on an 8. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think that is Pascal needs to work on his speed next season, says Parag. Yeah, there's elements of that he needs to work on, no doubt about it. The square ball says Aronson is in England. I've seen some flight tracking going on, like the good old days of Leeds United. Leeds United are back, and Leeds United are back because the flight tracker's out.
Oscar, can we just point out the people that we said this in January about Aronson on the video?
Maybe. Yeah. We did actually.
I know.
Scott did specify this.
I specified particularly that if we stay up, a contingent was in place that we would sign Aronson. And everyone went, oh, well, someone else said this and someone else said that. Yeah, well, those same people said that Raphinha was away to Munich in December. It was a done deal. So, yeah, just listen to us. Just stick with us. We know what we're talking about.
There we go. Well, yeah, no, in all seriousness, anything we put out, we do cross-check. We don't, there's lots of rumours going out at this moment in time, but we do cross-check all our rumours. We don't do a lot of rumour videos, but when we do try and make sure that, it's stuff that won't come back to kind of like bite us kind of thing. That's kind of something we're very careful of. So when we do put something out, we are extremely careful. We have got the odds one wrong, let's be honest. Let's have it right. We have got the odds one wrong, but
we all said, but we're getting relegated. Let's be honest.
Well, yeah. There's been the odd take and transfer story that's been way off the mark, but in general, I think we've done okay. But I just wanted to say, guys, I'm sure, Scotty, you will echo this. Some absolutely lovely comments come in over the last couple of days. Thank you so much for your support this season. Yeah. It has absolutely meant the world to us. Some of the comments that came in on Sunday were absolutely just phenomenal. Meeting people who have come from all the way from Ireland. Some people have come from, I think even some people have come from America in that lot for the game on Sunday. In that lot, meeting them in the beer gardens just outside Brentford ground. Can't remember what the pub was called, but met some absolutely superb people who've been long-term watchers of the channel. Even bumped into someone on the tube who recognised me on the way back, whilst I was proper pissed at that point. And yeah, it's just absolutely unbelievable, guys. Thanks so much for your support, and we will continue. That's that's all I need to say.
We have one more person that I think we should be doing a rating for.
Sorry, we do actually. Jesse Marsh.
Our hero.
Okay. For this game, considering the players we had out injured, the subs he made, 9. Solid 9 for Jesse Marsh.
For the match or for his performance when he came in?
For this match. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, we do that. Yeah.
Yeah, 9. I'll go 9.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go a 9 since his decisions and his tactical approach and stuff gave us the win, really. And whatever he said to motivate and I don't want to use the word motivate, but sometimes you do have to motivate and inspire those players to go for the win. Whatever he's done, it worked. It worked. And we beat Brentford away for the first time in over 70 years. We evaded being relegated despite being in the bottom 3 on the final day. And we are still undefeated in the Lilac kit.
Jesse Marsch is one of only 3 managers to have brought me to happy tears watching Leeds United. For that alone, he will always have, doesn't matter what happens beyond this point, he will always have my respect from this moment, kind of thing. His emotional attachment is there now. There's absolutely no doubt about that. He's only been here for 12 games, but he has tangible achievements, which, let's be honest, in the last since probably the David O'Leary days, in that kind of 20 years actually now, 20 years since David O'Leary is sacked, I think we've only really had 3 managers who have actually achieved tangible things at this football club, and Jesse Marsch is one of them now, because he's kept us up against the odds with a massive injury hit. And to be honest with you, I really like him as a person as well. Like him as a person. The humility he showed on the even in the celebrations, he made it all about the players. Absolutely love that from him. And he's kept us in the league. There's absolutely no doubt about that. And let's see what he can do now for full pre-season. A transfer window behind him. Absolutely no doubts about it. But yeah, it's
we're marching on the hour.
It's one of them. But now listen. I do disagree with this. I think it's perfectly fine to listen. He's been here for 10 minutes, but he's made a big impact. He has made a big impact. I've not called him the Messiah. I've not compared him to Marcelo Bielsa. I'm not going to do that because he's got a long way to achieve what Bielsa did at this football club. But let's be honest.
I'd not be comparing them at all. I don't understand why people are comparing them. They're two totally different managers with 2 totally different approaches. And the fact that Jesse Marsch was planned to be here in the summer, they just decided to bring him in sooner. So Jesse Marsch was always coming.
Well, the thing, Marcelo Bielsa came in. This is why I don't like the comparison. Marcelo Bielsa came into the club with no expectation in mid-table in the Championship and took us into the Premier League, playing unbelievable football right up until the back end of last season. Well, the end of last season. And obviously this season it hasn't quite worked out for various different reasons. It wasn't just on Marcelo Bielsa, I might add. But Jesse Marsch has come in, and you can only take it on face value what he's done so far. Really good start. I think you can love them both, Robbie. I definitely agree with that. But I'm certainly not comparing to Marcelo Bielsa. Let me just make that perfectly clear. But he deserves huge praise, Jesse Marsch, for how he's rescued us from a very difficult situation.
He's got credit in the bank now.
Yeah, that's exactly the point. That's exactly the point. He has credit in the bank, which has been a long time since you've been able to say that about a Leeds manager since Marcelo Bielsa.
Since Marcelo,
And this is true as well. He showed adaptability as well, in the last 2 games. He's gone back to Bielsa's style and formation. And he's took away the man-to-man mark and then eased off on training a lot, which has obviously been massively mentioned too. I personally liked his post-match interview as well. Having to go to British media, which I think needed doing. I always love it when they knock down a peg or two, 1 or 2 of them, because they are. When you got people in the media actually saying that someone else should lose their job, and you're making an article or you're putting out a tweet and that lot, and you're part of the media, it's not even got anything to do with Leeds United. Yeah, I'm quite glad. He had a bit of a pop back at you, to be honest with you. And if you don't like it, don't have a pop at him in the first place. Pretty simple, guys. There we go. Jesse Marsch, well done, mate.
But you know what, Oscar, they've done this with Bielsa as well. But no matter who's in charge of us, if it doesn't fit the English media's criteria of who they want to manage Leeds, they just want someone from the north. Do you know what? You get Steve Bruce managing Leeds, and they'll be happy. Why? Because he's always up in the north. That's it. He's a northerner. So just stick with that. You get an American in. Oh, he's an American. He's Ted Lasso. He doesn't know football. He calls it soccer. Oh, Marcelo Bielsa. He can't speak English. No, and this is what they forget. Bielsa flat out refused to speak directly to the media. He's made that clear in his own conferences. He doesn't like speaking directly to the media. he can speak English. We've heard him speak English to the players. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
And Jesse March isn't going to sit back and take that. So fair play to him.
And I love that.
Yes.
And yeah, some nice comments coming in. Yeah, I think, guys, we'll probably leave it there. Thanks so much for your support. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe button if you haven't done already. Plenty of other content to come out. And yeah, give us your ratings in the comments if you are coming into this video after we've gone live. Keep supporting us, guys. We're pushing for 25k. Plenty to come in the pre-season. Yep. And the season, which starts in little over 2 months now. I need that break. I really do need that break because it's been one long, draining season. But what an ending it had. Big thanks to Scotty as well. And yeah, guys, we will have a little bit of a fan cam as well from the Brentford game. We did catch just some footage from the day. We are working on it, guys. We are working on it. So that will be up in the next couple of days as well. And yeah, we'll leave it there anyway, guys. A seasonal player rating. I think James Obi asked me about it. There was questions about we're going to do a seasonal player rating, season review, all this lot. Yes, we will. That's from Monday. We're going to do that. What?
How's that? I'm just that popping up again.
Yeah, please ignore that, guys. It's probably a good time to come off air, actually.
Yeah.
The only reason we're doing it on Monday is Phil Miles is away on holiday at the minute. We're going to get Phil Miles involved on Monday, and we will see you then, guys. I think we should come off air whilst, the robots are back anyway. Big thanks, guys. Hit that like button and subscribe. See you later, guys. And cheers to Derek as well for moderating.
Yes, thank
you.
You
later,
Derek.
Guys.